Welcome to this CommunityViz video tutorial. This tutorial is about using analysis diagrams. In this video we'll introduce analysis diagrams, we'll talk about the toolbar tools, we'll talk about how to work with individual diagram components, and we'll give a few tips on displaying diagrams. The purpose of analysis diagrams is to give you a visual way of understanding the relationships, the logical or mathematical relationships between different parts of your components like assumptions, indicators, and attributes. You can access diagrams from this button here, or there's the same button on the Scenario 360 toolbar. When you first open a diagram, it can look a little intimidating because it has all the components of your analysis in it, but it can be very useful. And one of the first things you might want to do is organize it a little bit better. Use the Organize button here to select, say, particular categories or particular components. Now, there's also several zoom tools. There's the familiar marquee zoom, just drag a rectangle. There's also this interactive zoom button. Hold down your mouse while moving up and down on the screen to navigate. Also use this pan to move the diagram around. The Select tool allows you to pick a particular component. Once you have, you can drag it to a different place. You can also drag its label to a different place. Sometimes this helps with layout. This drop-down zoom has a number of settings, including fit to window, which can often be a useful setting. The magnifier creates a window that gives a larger version of the region around your cursor, and this window is resizable. Use the Find tool to locate a particular component in the analysis diagram. You can sort a number of ways, and if you start typing in this field, it'll narrow down the list for you. Once you find the component you're looking for, select it in the list and click Find. You'll notice that component blinking on and off in the diagram. The Refresh View button is for when you've made changes to your analysis, such as adding a formula or a chart, and you want to see those appear in the diagram. And the Show Entire Analysis button shows all components in your analysis, except that it can be overruled by whatever your organized diagram settings happen to be. The Print button prints exactly what's showing on the screen. For more control, you might want to try the Save Snapshot button. This allows you to set exactly what gets captured and at what zoom level, in other words, how big the output is. The output is a image file that can be PNG, bitmap, etc. And this may be appropriate for printing on a large format printer or a plotter. If you're moving your diagrams around a lot, you can use these two tools together. It's Save Diagram Layout and Load Diagram Layout. I've saved one of my previous views. Here it is. It's called Diagram Layout 2, and I load it. My diagram reverts to that particular display, including any customizations that I made. You've already seen the Organize Diagram button, and this is a table of contents. Reminds you of what the different icons mean and also the color coding of the links. So that's a brief introduction to all the tools on the diagram toolbar. If you're interested in the particular properties of components you're looking at in the diagram, you can find out more by right-clicking on them and bringing up this menu. There are a number of options here. Some of them include View Connections, which shows all the directly connected components, and Show All Dependents, which shows everything downstream from that particular component. In the case of layers, you can collapse the layer, and that eliminates all the attributes within the layer and just shows indicators and charts and alerts, or you can expand it back. In the case of components with formulas, like dynamic attributes and indicators, right-clicking gives you the Properties option. This brings up the familiar Properties window where you can look at formulas, properties, and even edit the formula right here if you like. Also for indicators, you can view the current values of the indicator. So that's a brief introduction to analysis diagrams in Scenario 360 and CommunityViz. Thank you for watching this CommunityViz video tutorial. For more video tutorials and CommunityViz resources, please visit the website.